Welcome to Sudden Strike 4, and thanks for tuning in. Today we're discussing skirmish tips for domination mode. Now this is going to be set up for one-on-one against the computer. The computer is going to be set up for super hard level. So let's go ahead and get started. When you're playing domination mode, the objective is to capture the flags. Now, when I'm referring to all the flags, I mean the flags. I'm not referring to the home bases like this home base right here. Home bases are nice for getting reinforcements sent to them. You got to have one occupied, but you do not get points. Points are what you get for occupying these bases or these flags. So the more flags you get, the more points you get. And your points are going to be showed in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Those can be used to purchase reinforcements, which we'll look at a little bit later. Now, the goal is to occupy as many of these as you possibly can. So when you get one occupied, you may want to consider sending the rest of your troops to go grab another one. And the reason for that is just pretty simple. The more of these you can occupy, the more reinforcements you're going to get. You're going to get more points. You could make all kinds of reinforcement purchases, and it's going to greatly increase your chances of winning. So as long as you occupy one of these home bases, you can make an order for reinforcements. All you need to do, of course, is make sure you press X on it, and then hold down R2. There's going to be a number of different options. Some of them cost more than others. But the thing is, you need to use your points to get them. Those points are located on the top right-hand corner of the screen, which you can see right there. The more points you have, the more stuff you can purchase. So here we're going to make a purchase of a heavy Tiger tank, Tiger 1E, heavy tank. We're going to release the R2 button and everything there. And what you're going to notice on the train station, on the very bottom part, it's going to show a picture of a tank. However, it's not going to send that until you confirm it. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold down R2 again. You're going to go to where it says confirm reinforcement queue. And you're simply going to release that. And if you'll notice in the train station on the bottom part of the screen, there is nothing inside of the queue. Which also means that the train is going to be delivering that big tank very shortly. And you can only get reinforcements as long as you occupy this base. So if we lose control of this base here, we can't get reinforcements there. Fortunately for us, we've got a big tank over here, so we should be able to take care of the little problem right there, as we do right there. And we keep control of the base. Now, in addition to ground troops, you can also use various types of air support. These are located in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. There's 4 different icons that you can choose from. To call those up, what you want to do is make sure you have nothing selected. We have a field headquarters selected here. We're going to go here, we're going to press X. What we're going to do, of course, is we're going to hold down R2, and there's a number of different options. There's ground attack, recon, heavy bomber, and paratroopers. We're going to select paratroopers, and we're just going to press X to execute, and we're going to send them over here in hopes of taking over this base. And we keep our fingers crossed that we can take control of this base here. All you have to do, of course, is take out this anti-aircraft gun right here. But the main point is that paratroopers can be very effective means of taking troops where you want. Now, in addition to paratroopers, there is a heavy bomber option, which can be very effective at stopping enemy advances. And, of course, in addition to heavy bombers, there's the attack ground feature, where you can shoot a bunch of guns off with planes and have them, drop a bomb or two, but not the heavy bombs. But they'll get the job done. One thing you want to watch out for, of course, is enemy anti-aircraft guns, they can ruin your day. But otherwise, this could be a nice little attack you can use as well. All right. Now that we have the basics out of the way, I'm going to give you my 2 best strategies for victory. If you've got some ideas, of course, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. But for now, let's go ahead and get started with my best 2 strategies for victory. One of the strategies that I found to be very effective in domination mode is basically taking paratroopers and dropping them on flags and capturing them that way. However, one little caveat. If you see this map right here, you'll notice there's 4 flags. It's not very effective on battlefields where there's only 4 flags or less. If you do it when there's 5 flags or more spread out, it's more likely to be effective. And, you know, if you get a spot like this one where there's 7 flags, it's way more likely to be effective because basically when you're playing against computer and hard, what they'll do is they'll take a boatload of their force, they'll put it all together, they'll just overrun, capture, right? But they're not leaving many defenders back. So if you can get up enough points to where you can basically get paratroopers available, and it's like 300 points. If you can do that, you're going to be able to, especially this map right here, the plains, there's so many different areas you can take control of. They can only, if they put a big force together, they can only overrun one at a time. But if you got like 600 points or 900 points, you could drop paratroopers on 3 different spots, and you know, even if you lose 1 or 2 of those, you're still getting more points as you go. So it's going to be very effective on maps like this. And, this one right here is going to be effective as well because you got a bunch of flags there. But if you've got one like this right here where there's only 4 flags, the strategy is going to be much less effective because you're not going to get as many points. What makes the strategy so effective is the more flags there are, particularly 5 or more, and you'll see you occupy 3 different spots, well, you're getting a ton of points, so you can get paratroopers right away. But if you're doing it with, only, let's say 5 or less, like this one right here has got 5, so it probably would work. It wouldn't be as effective. This one right here only has 4 flags. It's not going to be as effective because you're not getting as many points, so you're not going to be able to afford those paratroopers, so you're not going to be able to get them as fast. And by that time, you're going to end up getting overrun. Like this one right here, there's only 3 flags. The strategy is not going to be very effective. Same with this one right here. There's only 4. There's only 4 in this one, not as effective. This one, 5, you can probably make it work. But if you got way more flags than that, it's going to be effective. And again, if you're playing like 4 or less, I would try this strategy. You're going to get overrun, and you're not going to have enough time to build up points to make it an effective strategy. But, more flags, the more flags there are, the better your chances are of succeeding with this. So as we've seen, using paratroopers to hit multiple flags on big maps can be very effective. But what do you do if you've only got 4 flags? Or worse yet, what if you've only got 3? What do you do then? Well, what you're going to use is like an armored or infantry doctrine. And what you want to do is you want to kind of have a shotgun approach per se. What you want to try to do is, maybe send all of your troops to one of the flags, but have like a core group of troops. Let's say in this example right here, we have 3 flags. So you'd send your core to the middle flag, and you'd send, a couple troops or so to each of the other flags. And the idea is, of course, to build up points. And then once you build up those points, you're going to get reinforcements to your home base. You can't get the paratroopers. They cost like 300. It's not going to be as effective. So what you're going to probably want to do is maybe, in this case, what we did against computer and hard is we used the armored personnel. And we kept ordering those, or we order light tanks and stuff like that. And basically what we do is we'd split. We'd use like a shotgun approach. We'd send 1 here, 1 there, and we keep spreading them out. because remember, the computer has a very strong force. They like to put most of their big armored stuff all together, so they're attacking one spot. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to go, keep it cheap, get a lot of reinforcements often, and basically, hit the spot, hit this spot, hit this spot. We're not going to be successful on all of them, but we're trying to overwhelm them and, get at least, if there's 4 flags, we get at least 2 of them. If there's 3 flags, we try to get 2 of them. And then over time, we can grind them down. And maybe, their troops are away from one flag or not spend enough time guarding that flag. And eventually, we get lucky and win.
Infanterie in Bewegung.
And that's going to wrap this up. I would like to thank you for watching. One quick thing before we leave, and that is, if you're looking for more tips like this, I would recommend checking out a playlist on this channel. It's called Sudden Strike 4. I may want to consider checking that out for more tips. Anyway, thank you for watching, and good luck.